gonna fly home to Fairbanks, Alaska, my hometown. I haven't been back in almost 10 years. I'm gonna look around and try and write some stand-up material. I never talked about Alaska in my act before. I think it's about time. Plane landed at Fairbanks International Airport at 2:46 p.m. on a Monday. My mission? Get a handle on where I grew up and write some new jokes.
From Alaska originally, anybody else? Woo! Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
The way I write is I just sit down for a long time and write very slowly, and occasionally something will jump out, you know.
I don't know how to relate to anybody, man. Someone asked me like, hey man, what do you think about the dolphins this year? I was like, I think their population is gonna remain stable.
So I just kind of space out and then something just hits, you know. It's like when you talk about writing, like people say, how do you write comedy? It's like, well, that's like asking me like how you think.
I had another friend that got busted for meth, which I don't agree with, but at least he's patriotic, you know, like all that shit's American made, Clorox, Pine-Sol. He's really supporting the troops if you think about it. It just doesn't seem fair to me because all that stuff's legal to buy. Like you can buy Clorox and Pine-Sol. That's like saying to me like, yeah man, you can buy sugar and flour, but if we catch you with a chocolate chip cookie, you're going to jail for a while.
I'm not going to bring anything special. I mean, I'm not going to make a trip to the sporting goods supply shop and buy any snowshoes or an ice pick or anything. I'm fine. Just a toothbrush and a phone charger. I don't need a hatchet.
Gotta have lots of socks. Gotta have lots and lots of clean socks. I'm taking pretty much every pair of socks that I own.
I'm not going to bring anything to whittle with. I don't need a knife or any walkie-talkies, or any Carhartts or overalls. I'm not bringing my beard with me.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Michelle.
Michelle, have you been to Alaska before?
No, I have not.
Have you been up north?
Northern California.
Give me 3 words you think describe Alaska.
Ice. Starts with an A and it's an island.
Australia?
Alaska.
Is Alaska an island?
I don't know. I thought it was like off, like Hawaii. It's its own little. It just became a state like less than 200 years ago. No, I'm confused.
I was talking to this girl and she's like, yeah, it must be really warm in Alaska. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, because I looked at the map and it's right next to Hawaii. Like, where are you from, Washington, D.C.? Yeah, it must be tough to drive in your city because there's a giant red star in the middle of it. It says capital. I mean, if you get stuck in the P, it's really hard to get out. You just keep going around.
Having light all night for my entire life growing up messed me up, and now I have severe insomnia, and I blame it on Alaska because it was always bright at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, bright. I can't take light now. If I see a little light, I put tinfoil right there and cover it up. I hate the light. I hate sun. It needs to be pitch black in here. And tinfoil is as trashy as it looks, man. That's the only thing that works. And it works pretty well. As soon as I graduated from high school, I said goodbye to Alaska and never went back. This is the main strip of town. Funny thing is, when people ask me where I'm from, a lot of times I just say Seattle. It's where I went to college. And I started thinking, wait, what am I, a liar? This is ridiculous. I gotta figure this out. I am so glad I moved away from here. I don't think I had the right to call myself a comedian if I couldn't even talk about where I grew up. I guess it just wasn't for me. I mean, come on. What are you doing? This is not a town. As soon as I popped out of the womb, I got bored. It is pretty though. You wanna come here? What you got? A couple felonies? Let's do it. Bring it on. Hey, would you get banished from your hometown? We'll take you. You're good here. What are you, crazy? What are you, crazy nut job? Alright.
Fairbanks, welcome, Jude.
When William H. Seward purchased Alaska from the Russians in 1867 for $7 million, his move was quickly panned by much of America. Shortly thereafter, the critics were proven to be assholes as gold started turning up in Alaska like chicken nuggets in a high school cafeteria, bringing tens of thousands of desperate losers up north to hunt for gold, the modern-day equivalent of pursuing a career as an actor in Los Angeles. Or comedian.
And
Back in Alaska, need to summarize complicated things. Back in Alaska, gonna waste the whole budget for this film.